Hi everyone, I got something exciting in the mail. Holly Blacks Faerie Tarot by Running Press. I pre-ordered this on Amazon so that I would have it right away for you guys. Deck and Guidebook from the World of Elfhame. I've read these books. I really enjoy her writing style, so I'm really excited to see this new deck. This actually gives me a bit of book vibes on the sides. I like that. A little bit of gold foil, but not, you know, crazy. Which is also good. Let's see what we got to say here. Just beyond your own world is Elfhame, the land of fairy, where the capricious and dangerous folk dwell. Mortals may journey there if they are clever or foolish enough to find the way. Often they return with blessings or curses, but always with a new wisdom. Let these cards be your allies as you solve riddles, determine who you can trust, and forge a path to victory, perhaps even snagging a crown in the process. Bringing to life the archetypes narratives of the tarot with beloved characters from Jude Duarte and Carden Greenbrier, scenes of mischief and magic from the novels of Holly Black, and creatures of folklore like hags and kelpies. This deck reimagines the classic cards to offer passage into the fairy realm. Okay, so this deluxe set includes 78 color cards, of course, and a 136-page guidebook. And it actually says flexi-bound. Ooh. Alrighty, so let's see what we got here. I like the wallpaper interior. That's quite nice. All right, so we have a reasonable guidebook here. All right, let's see what we got. With Ivy O'Neill, okay. Now we've got more of this wallpaper moth and mushrooms theme. Okay, let's see what we got. Oop. Okay, let's... All right. I just got this. This is my first sight for your first sight. Okay, so first edition, August 2026. Yay! I love seeing that. Welcome to the realm of fairy. What is tarot? About the deck, and then we have all of our meetings. And we have different things. Okay, so we have moths for the wands, goblets for cups, swords, of course, and toadstools for pentacles. Okay, that's going to be fun. Okay. Welcome to the realm of fairy. What is tarot? How to read it. Okay. Card a day spreads. So we got a couple just simple spreads here. Between the Worlds spread, that one's different. That one she actually made, like that. Not that she didn't make all of them, but 3-card draws are pretty standard. Okay. So now we've got the larger sections. Major Arcana. Okay. This is going to be a nice, concise book. Awesome. Okay. On the card, Oak is traveling north, the Stolen Heir. So this says the character names. So if you read the books, awesome. The start of a new journey, we each begin as a fool. Whether driven by a new job, new relationship, or newly discovered royal bloodline, whenever we set off in pursuit of our destiny, we are all ignorant of the challenges and triumphs that await us. In the search for who we are, what we want, and how we relate to the world around us, we will travel to distant lands and meet with dangers and delights along the way. Don't beat yourself up if you make mistakes or missteps. Keep your eyes on the horizon and your heart fixed on your goal, and all will be well. Okay, I like how concise these are. This would be good for pretty much anybody, really. I like that we've got a full color card and then a nice concise meaning. So she's not going like crazy in depth with wild you know, there's all of these different symbolisms, yada, yada. No, this is nice. This is concise. Okay, so the tree woman, the hag. So our major arcana is also quite different. Is that in the index? Is there an index? Oh, no, there's not. Okay, so this is a learn it as you go situation. That's okay, though. The tree woman is quite interesting looking lady, though, isn't she? Check her out. Okay. The tree woman, valiant. Okay. The Seelie Queen. Okay. So this is also very reader friendly. Like if you read the books, you're really going to have a better understanding of these cards simply by reading the novels. So all of these are based on, you have read the book's point of view. You are a fan of these books. You already know more than even what's in these meanings. Like the journey to fairy, I would assume would be kind of like the chariot. Right. Cardan making a vow to Jude. See, we've got a lot of the book references in here. The Lake of Masks, Jude passing judgment, Severin in his glass casket. So we've got a lot of stuff from the books, very specifically. So yes, you will be able to read this as a tarot deck, but you'll get a little bit more out of it if you've already read the situations that these cards have gone through, right? Okay. So, explains the suits in here. Well, let's see how different these go. Okay, moths. Moths or wands in traditional tarot relate to the element of fire and are constantly drawn to its life-giving and life-taking powers. Yes. The suit tends to deal with matters of passion, goals, and projects we pursue in the physical realm. If many of these cards appear together in a reading, it might indicate a need for structure and a renewed drive towards success in order to reach one's goals. Okay, so Ace of Moths. I'm just looking here. So we don't have a book reference for the Ace, but it looks like we do have it on the rest. That's a tiny bit odd. I wonder if that's consistent with all of them. I guess we'll see. All right. So we're staying consistent here. Okay, Goblets. Ace of Goblets. So this is a consistent thing. Okay. So the Ace is the beginning and not exactly attached to a character. Right? Okay. This is actually a pretty nice little book. I like that it's concise, that it's got its thing going. And things are explained pretty well. I like me a chunky guidebook, but more so I want one that is complete. So this is absolutely anybody who likes the Fae and likes a good story is going to enjoy this deck. But you will gain a lot more out of it if you have read the first books at the very least. If you've read both series, you're going to have even more one-up. They are very fun to read, though. My husband and I and my daughter and I believe even my mom read all of them together. So these are a nice size. Okay. I like that there's a box in the box. This is great. So if you want to keep it on a shelf, it's nice and tidy on the shelf. If you want to carry it around, you have a protective box for it. I like that touch. Okay, let's see if I can get this sticker off without going crazy. First person touching these cards for me. I think a couple other people have already gotten this deck in and are probably filming today as well. But this is us and this is what we're doing. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's see if I can open this before ripping the box. That's the one thing that gets me about these thinner boxes is they will rip in a hot heartbeat. Oh, I got it. Oh, no pressure. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, so these are a nice, soft matte. I don't think these are as light. Oh, did I did that myself? I must have. These are not as light as Llewellyn's cards. They're close. They're not like heavy, but they're definitely heavy enough, I think. Okay. So just looking at the back of the cards, we got our Toadstools, Moths, Cups, and Swords all represented. That's cool. Alrighty, now on to our representations of the cards. I'll zoom you in a little bit here so you can really see better. Get this book out of the way. Okay, I'm going to give these a bit of a fan so I can... Ah, there we go. All right. So I can flip through them. Yeah, the consistency of these is nice. If you have, like, don't like the glossy cards, these would be comfy for you. You'll like these. And the deck actually feels significant, like when you're holding it, like based on the size, right? You can't really see my thumb here. There we go. Like they're a little, I think they're a tiny bit bigger than standard. Tiny bit bigger than standard, but I don't have my ruler. I don't know where it went. Ah, that's not convenient, but anyways. Alrighty. So this is our main character's younger brother. And I may actually reread the books now. It's been a little while since I read them, so it might be fun to reread them and make my own little notes about these cards and maybe start a new journal, because some of these I will end up going, oh yeah, as I'm reading the books. Well, the artwork is so nice. Beautiful, consistent. This is our main character's... No, that's the king. That's her... Oh, crap. Anyways, without spoilers, she ends up hanging out with the prince, and that's the prince's dad, obviously. Ugh. The royal astrologer. The lovers. Yeah, these are going to be fun to just... When I read the book over again and make my own notes, I want to start a journal, I think, and do my own notes based on the story. And as I go across some of these cards, add my own little thing in the notes to remind me and add attachments and stuff like that, because I think that would actually help me read these cards even better. The solitary folk. And the thing is, Holly Black's novels really put in a lot of world building without being like annoying. She's not telling you about this lake of masks and she's going to tell you about it, but it's not like every teeny nth of a detail. Like she gives you what's important and she keeps the story going. And her characters all have a lot of depth to them. They all have their own background stories and things like that. She's really built a beautiful, intriguing, fascinating world, and I can't wait to see what else she writes from this world, because they were very enjoyable books to read. And I don't reread books very often, but my partner and I like to read to each other, and we've both read these, so maybe we'll read them to each other this fall. The Faerie Fruit. Yeah. I don't want to do spoilers on some of these if you're going to read the books. The Star, the Moon, the Sun. Oh, I like that. That looks really nice. This reminds me of other Fae decks in a way, but I love this. Love that. That's cool. Okay. I'm just discovering all these things. Judgment. Yes, our main character is a female main character, and she is awesome. The Worlds. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, so the Fae and the human world are very close together, and they're closer together than people think. And in the stories, it really tells a lot about, you know, going from one world to another and how they have to do that. Okay, so on to Moths. All right, we're just going to go through these quicker. I'm going to try to talk a little bit less because I'm really enjoying looking at these. These are really cool. I like this art style. It's a great art style, and it definitely like follows the vibes of the stories really well. Absolutely. Okay. And into Goblets. Oh, look at them. Just swimming around in there. Just swimming around. And these are going to go into, of course, the Goblets are going to go into the partnerships of the characters, you know, their interactions, how they deal with emotional stuff and all that. Yes, yes. Oh, I like that card too. Oh, that's pretty. Like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. King of Goblets. Oh, I'm curious of who this is. Okay, so that's going to be it. We're not going to flip through every single card. Give you guys a little bit of something to surprise you with it. Let's see. Let's give a zoom out again, and let's see how they shuffle and how they spread. Do they have a nice slide to them? Okay, yeah, given the size of the cards, like if you have tiny hands, you will have a bit of a struggle with these. I will tell you that right now. I'm used to shuffling big oracle cards all the time. So for me, these are okay. They're a bit of a stretch, but they're all right. So if you're used to shuffling larger cards, you're not going to have a problem with these. But if you have itty bitty hands, you'd have to figure out another way to shuffle them. As you guys probably have figured out from me, I don't rifle shuffle. That's not me. That's not what I do. So yes, once it takes me a while to get them fully zhuzhed up and ready for readings when I first get these decks, but it's just always been my way to do the slide shuffle like this. It's just how me and my cards get along. Like, I could not see myself rifle shuffling these, like, being able to, like, I can't, like, there's no way for me to rifle shuffle these. Like, that would just, oh, it would break my hands. So, if you're a rifle shuffler and you've got, you know, larger hands, maybe, but I don't see it for any of the ladies with with average to smaller hands. But they do slide this way quite nicely. After a little bit of zhuzhing, where they're already sliding into each other pretty nicely. Do they fan? Oh. Let's try that again. Do they fan? Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Maybe with some exercise, they will fan. One can hope. That's the one thing about a little bit thicker cards, though. Sometimes they don't want to fan. They don't want to do it. They want to stick together and hang out. But usually with some exercise, working with a deck for a fair amount of time, sometimes they will end up being fannable. The glossy cards just fan automatically because they're so slippery. Whereas these soft matte cards, they are more tactile comfort, right? They feel more comfortable than the glossy cards for some people. Myself included. I don't mind a glossy card, but it's got to be, you know, a nice gloss. It can't be feeling like, you know, I'm shuffling oil around it. Just bleh. But everybody has their tactile thing, right? So you got to be able to work with that. And maybe my mat is a little not clingy enough. Maybe this would be happier on maybe a different kind of fabric than my tarot mats. I'll give it that too. I'll give it that you know, reasonable doubt. I know that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Alrighty, so let's pull a card. Let's see what we get here. The Journey to Fairy. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, let's zoom in on that. All right. The Journey to Fairy. So this is card number 7. Five, 6, 7. Okay. The Journey to Fairy. I'm going to let you enjoy this while I read this for you. Okay, so on the card is Jude and Taryn on ragwort steeds. This is part of book 1. This I know. And I love the steeds and the description of them. They're so cool. To travel between worlds requires focus, endurance, and a little bit of luck. You might not get to your destination the way you initially thought you would, but few people do. Besides, if your route were obvious, then your foes might have the chance to knock you off your ragwort horse. A clear destination is more important than how you get there. Before you set off on your journey, take time to plot a course and get your resources in order. There will be times you feel like your goal is still a long way off, but as long as you are heading in the right direction, you will make it eventually. I really like these. These are fun. I'm definitely rereading the books. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I'm gonna have to reread these books just to refresh my mind. Like, a lot of it is already triggering memories, but I want a nice refresher, so that's fun. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, you want to know more about this person? Read this paragraph or this chapter in this book. And if that happens, I will so look at that, because that would be so cool if somebody did that. Let's put these back in their lovely box. Back in your home, please. There we go. All right. So these are definitely going to make appearances on my Instagram throughout this month and next month, because they're a brand new deck. And I've got the books, and now I've got the cards. And this is really cool. Congratulations, Holly. This is a really, really unique, cool deck. And the fact that those of us who love to read and we're into novels are getting, you know, tarot that works for us and attaches two loves together. Congratulations on this and your other new products that go with your books. And I'm sure you're writing away right now, doing more goodies for us to read. Yeah, let me know if you guys are going to get this deck. Have you read the books? I want to know. I want to know. Okay. So thank you so much for hanging out this long. Keep your spirits wild. Keep your path lit by starlight. I appreciate you all, and we will see you again really soon. Bye.